Yeah, that's a really good question. I think challenges when it comes to diversity inclusion always kind of factored by lots of things, intersecting identities. So I'm Black, I'm a woman, I work in STEM, I'm neurodivergent, all of those things intersect to create my unique lived experience. And that's the only experience I have. So I can never say what's normal. I can only say what I've experienced. And I always caveat everything with it's just my lived experience. So for me, in some of the spaces I'm in, maybe I'm the only person like me there. And that can be interesting because it means either I have to be incredibly perfect because I realize I'm representing everyone that looks like me. If I do it wrong, that means that no one else like me is ever going to be in that room, in that space, in that sphere. And that it's an incredible opportunity, but it's also like a massive weight to hold. And I always think when I look at people who may be more, well, I would say, because I'm a global majority, but maybe if we're talking about in terms of where I live, maybe more the majority where I live, they don't have that weight of expectation. They get to exist. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges. If I go down to what is underneath all the challenges I've experienced, the superficial underneath the superficial is actually that I'm holding the weight of representing a whole demographic. I have to be perfect. I'm not allowed just to be normal. I have to be exceptional. I can't get it wrong. And that is probably one of the biggest challenges because it prevents you from taking risks. And I think risk is really important to actually learning and growing. You've got to have space to pivot, get it wrong, iterate, change your mind, do everything differently again. And it's really important for growth. We know that. Scientists, they make hypotheses, they test it, they're like, oh, that's wrong, I'm going to do something else. And that's one of the things I think can be quite negative, and especially in the space where I think it's quite a scientific-based space. You need to have a mind that's allowed to explore options. And if you have that weight of responsibility of representing everyone, because there isn't enough representation, that can be a challenge. It's a fine line in being representation and being a role model, and realizing that we just need way more people in the room who are different. And even then, like, we're not going to agree. You can have 3 people who are exactly like me. Maybe they're a Black woman and they're neurodivergent, and we won't agree on anything, and that's good. That's actually real diversity. So diversity of thought. So I think underlining all the challenges is that actually weight of being perfect.